How's it going, Guardians? Shifty here, and today I'm going to be doing a solo master run of the Devil's Lair Nightfall. In this run, I'm going to be using a variation on the Ager Scepter Shadebinder build that I showcased in a video yesterday. Check that out if you haven't already. This build makes it so you don't even need any anti-barrier rounds. In this video, I will be offering live commentary to give you my thoughts and some tips along the way. Before I get into my loadout, if you end up enjoying the video, make sure to hit that like button, and if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe as well. As I already mentioned, I am using a Shadebinder Warlock, and for my aspects I have Bleak Watcher and Ice Flare Bolts. Then for my fragments I have Whisper of Torment, Whisper of Fissures, Whisper of Refraction, and Whisper of Bonds. Next up, for my weapons I have Ager Scepter with the Catalyst. Then for my energy weapon I have the Arsenic Bite Arc Bow. This is for Overload champions and for Arc Shields. I'm making this intro after having completed the Nightfall already, and in hindsight I would probably pick a Solar Bow over an Arc Bow. The reason being is there are a lot more Solar Shields than Arc Shields in this strike. The only Solar Bow that comes to mind is Tyranny of Heaven from the Last Wish raid. Then for my heavy weapon I have the Threaded Needle Linear Fusion Rifle, and this does void damage, so I'm going to be using it for void shields, and I'm going to be using it to do damage to bosses and champions. And for my armor mods, they should be familiar if you checked out my video from yesterday, but I'm going to quickly show you each piece of armor, and if you need to see anything in more detail, just pause the video. Alright, and that is it for my loadout. Now let's jump into it. Alright, so at the beginning of this Nightfall, I like to head off to the right here. This will allow me to skip most of these beginning enemies without taking any damage. They shouldn't even notice me. Then when I get through here, I'm going to hug the right-hand wall. Now up here we should have a couple of enemies we need to take out. I believe there's a servitor this time, and it looks like a vandal. So just be aware of that. Didn't want to use that much heavy ammo, but the vandal wasn't being frozen, so I had to panic a little bit. Now we're just going to pick the enemies off in this area. You'll have a mixture of Fallen and Hive. And I just want to make sure the area is cleared out, and when I'm ready I'm going to go for this Overload Captain, except the area wasn't cleared out. So I'm going to continue to bow the captain until it's stunned again. You have to be careful for its arc attacks. There we go. Unfortunately, I missed 2 headshots, so that took a little bit longer than I wanted it to. But we got it done. Now once I get to the next room, I am going to go ahead and use Ager's Scepter to try and generate some super energy. I'm going to hold onto my stasis turret and use that against the barrier champion though. As you can see, that worked out perfectly. Now I'm going to go ahead and throw a stasis turret. I'm going to wait till my stasis turret freezes, then I'm going to use my empowered Ager Scepter, and the combo of my turret and Ager Scepter should continue to freeze the knight. I'm going to deactivate the empowered mode and pick up that elemental well. And now we should have an overload champion here. It is a little bit further back than I would like it to be. I'm going to wait for the next stun here. Fortunately, that vandal was harassing me a little bit. And we're going to go ahead and use the stasis turret here. And Ager Scepter. Even though I didn't have any solar weaponry, I made quick work of that solar shield. Now we're going to go ahead and fight off these thrall that should be spawning. Make sure I max out my ammo again. And I'm just going to go ahead and wait for my grenade. Why am I going to wait for my grenade? Because I'm going to use it on the barrier champion over there. So I'm going to go ahead and empower my Ager Scepter and go ahead and freeze this barrier knight repeatedly. And there we are. No more barrier knight to worry about. Trying to use Ager Scepter on this wizard. I'm going to go for these Vandal snipers on the back ledge there. Easy enough. And it looks like all we should have left is this overload champion. So I'm going to go ahead and stun it. I'm going to wait for the next stun and then use some linear fusion rifle ammo here. And there's plenty of heavy ammo lying around here. I'm going to grab this stuff that's sitting in the back. Also, I want to grab some special ammo. Alright, I'm going to grab one more brick of heavy, and obviously I'm going to leave that other one. I'm going to leave this one close. I'm going to go ahead and hack that, and then hop up on the sledge. So here I am going to throw a stasis turret right over there. Enemies should spawn out of that doorway. And as you can see, I'm going to end up freezing some of them. You want to be careful because I forgot enemies do spawn up here. I'm going to take these snipers out quick. I want to be careful here. Alright, as you can see, we do have some shanks coming out here. I'm going to go ahead and place the stasis turret down. And I'm going to Ager Scepter these. While I don't have solar damage, if you have them grouped up like this, you should make quick work of them. I can see a Vandal sniper there. I want to be careful for that. Now I did use a lot of my Ager Scepter ammo, so hopefully I find a little bit more of that before the next phase. I do want to look out for this Vandal that's sniping back there. There's an Overload champion to my left, and we have this regular captain to my right. So I'm trying not to be in the sight line of both of them. I'm going to go ahead and stun this one. Maybe not. Alright, I am going to go look for some special ammo after I stun this Overload again. Gonna head over here. Looks like there's plenty of special ammo lying on the ground right there. Prevent it from healing after 2 linear fusion rifle shots. Now we should be on to the next phase of enemies. I'm again going to throw a stasis turret right out there. And I'm going to try to go for some of these snipers right off the bat. As you may notice, we have a wizard there. And we have a sniper that almost got me. Alright, I'm going to go for these wizards next. And to do so, I'm going to use an empowered Ager Scepter. Looks like I'm being harassed from the right hand side, so I want to be careful for that. Alright, now I want to be careful for these wizards. For real this time, hopefully. So we do have a barrier knight out, but I'm still trying to fight these wizards here. Alright, the wizards are down. But we still have this barrier knight to deal with. And I just had enough ammo to take care of it. So I did use a bunch of ammo in that last phase, and unfortunately there are a lot of shanks that we have to take out now. Looks like we're moving on to the next phase already. I need to hop down here and try to grab some of this ammo. And for this third phase, I'm going to wait a moment And I'm going to throw a stasis turret off to my right there. I'm going to go ahead and linear fusion rifle several of these enemies here. The reason I put my stasis turret there is for this very reason. We do have some marauders that decided they wanted to come up here. See if we can go for this overload here. Might want to take out this vandal first. Marauder decided to come back up. And that was a close one. My arrows just kept on hitting that railing, which was unfortunate there. Prevent the healing after 2 linear fusion rifle shots. At this point, I might as well just use my bow to finish it off. On the plus side, it looks like I'll have plenty of ammo for later. So I should only have this overload captain left. Looks like there's an invisible marauder right next to me, actually. This time I decided to go for 3, and it actually worked out. Sometimes I like to play it more safe and just go for the 2 linear fusion rifle shots. Alright, I want to make sure the area is clear before I run out for ammo. Make sure there's no marauders off to the left. There is one. So close to max ammo here. Not gonna quite reach max heavy ammo, but I am maxed on my special ammo. Since I see special ammo on the ground, I'm going to go ahead and use the regular Ager Scepter. Swap back to my bow to prevent healing. Alright, here I want to take out the snipers that appear up here first. Then I'm going to go ahead and throw a stasis turret out here. And empowered Ager Scepter on the barrier champion. But you want to be careful because there are some snipers out here in the distance. And there's going to be one off to the left as well. Just trying to peek out. You don't want to push too far forward, otherwise you will spawn the Brigs. Before I spawn the Brigs, I like to go for these Dregs and Vandals on the left, and I also like to go for some of the enemies in the distance up by where the Spider Tank spawns. And as you can see, I got plenty of heavy ammo drops down here. That'll be nice for both the Brigs and the Spider Tank. Accidentally stunned a champion there. There it was again. Should be a Vandal off to the left here. I want to be careful for that overload. That was almost unfortunate. I thought I had it. I'm gonna stop shooting. Just doing one final sweep for some ads here. I'm gonna head in here and grab this little brick of heavy, and then I'm gonna spawn the Spider Tank and the Brig. Brigs, there are two of them actually, so I'm gonna back away now. I'm gonna go ahead and try to use Ager's Scepter here and see how it does. It's not doing too bad, but I am using a lot of ammo, so I may want to stop here right now. Once the face is broke. Alright, one Brig is down. And there's going to be one off to the right here as well. I can see even more heavy ammo right there. stuck on something. I'm going to go ahead and throw a stasis turret. And there we have it. Next up, I kind of want to go for the spider tank, so I think that's what I'm going to do. You have to be careful because it can shoot you up here. As you can see, I spawned another ship here. It's going to be dropping off some more enemies. That's a little weird. So for the most part, you always want to be on the lookout for any ships coming in. And as you can see, I am now out of heavy ammo. However, I am going to push up over here. I mainly went over there for that heavy ammo. Kind of thought that would do a little bit more damage than that, but I guess we'll have to do with what we have. Looks like there is a little heavy ammo back here. Get away from that. It should be about down. Well, this is definitely taking longer than I would expect, especially considering it had no health on its health bar. Either way, now we can resume taking out some of these other enemies in the area. You can see there's a marauder over here. See there's a marauder right here as well. I do want to keep my eyes peeled for any more marauders like this one. So for this overload captain, I may have to just use my bow since I don't have any heavy ammo right now. Alright, the captain is down. Are there any more enemies down by me right now? I don't think so. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to try to get... I was going to try and get a stasis turret up there. But instead I may have to rely on just taking out some other enemies for the time being. I wouldn't mind taking out that regular captain. Let's try this again, shall we? That should be much better. And time for the empowered Ager Scepter. Hopefully after I take out these overload captains, I'll find some heavy ammo, because I am desperately low right now. This run is taking me a little bit longer than I would like, but I am kind of playing it safe in a lot of the areas during the strike. Alright, now I'm going to look around the area for some ammo, hopefully. A little bit of heavy ammo. But I'm not really seeing any more. So I guess we just move on to the boss fight. As you can see right at the beginning of the boss fight, there's a couple of overload champions that we want to take out before the boss fight even starts. And I'm going to die right off the bat. I would prefer not to, but... I'm going to go ahead and use a couple linear fusion rifle shots. Easy enough. Is that it? Perfect. Then I'm going to go out and grab this ammo quick. Decided I'd go for some empowered Ager Scepter action on the boss there. You do have to be careful there because an arc shielded captain does spawn and rush your position right after the boss fight actually starts. So even though I don't have any form of solar damage, the stasis and stasis turrets really make taking out these solar shielded shanks pretty easy. I'm going to go ahead and use my empowered Ager Scepter here on a couple more of them. And I'm going to deactivate it for now. I mainly just want to clear out the area before I resume damaging the boss. We'll go ahead and grab that. So I only have 2 servitors left here. I am running out of special ammo and heavy ammo. Looks like we have some more regular shanks coming in here. I'm going to place another turret out here. Gotta get the angle just right to be able to shoot them. I'm going to peek and hip fire. As you can see, we just have this one servitor left. I'm going to go ahead and go out here and grab some ammo quick. Here's the captain from the other side. I already took the one out from my side earlier. Apparently got that one's attention. Alright, the servitor is down. We're going to try and take... No, we're not. We're going to get out of here because there are more enemies spawning. But here's that captain from the other side again. So a lot of this boss fight is really just clearing out adds and getting to the next damage phase. Might as well grab that stasis elemental well so that I can gain my super back a little bit faster. And the boss teleported on over here. And the boss teleported right onto me. Hello, Marauder. It brought me heavy ammo. Back to some ad clear again. As you can see, my turret's trying to shoot enemies down below the platform, which is a little bit silly, but it is what it is. Might as well go take some of those enemies out. And there's a captain in there. Good thing I backed up in time. In hindsight, this probably would have been easier with a solar bow instead of an arc bow. Wasn't expecting that. Alright. Now we can probably damage the boss some more. On to another phase of servitors. I can't really shoot the enemies that my turret's freezing right now, so I might as well just go for this servitor here. There are two Overlord champions, as you can see. Hopefully I can take at least one of them out right now. That may be problematic now that there are shanks involved. You can see the other Overlord champion in the doorway right next to me. Might have teleported out. I'm gonna go down here and see what's going on below. If there's any enemies, maybe some ammo. And there's the Overload Champion. And there's some dregs. Unfortunately, I did have to go ahead and use my super. I didn't necessarily want to. See if that Overload Champion is anywhere down here. It is actually. Switch to the bow to prevent healing. I'm gonna peek shoot it. And I might as well finish it off with my bow now. So all the champions are defeated. We do have a couple of the servitors left. That was a close one. So I do want to try and go and grab some of that ammo that's up there. Once I'm fully healed, I'm going to go ahead and do so. And then go for these remaining servitors. One more servitor to go. Now we have some more ad clear, and then we can finally go for the boss. Now that I have my super, actually, I'm going to see where the boss is at. It's in the distance, like right there. Unfortunately, I'm going to run out of ammo here. But I should be able to finish it off anyway. I do have to be careful. And there we have it. That is a Platinum Master Devil's Lair Nightfall run using my Ager, Scepter, and Shadebinder build that I showcased in a video yesterday. I hope that you enjoyed the video, and if you did, remember to like and subscribe. I just want to thank you for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.